Welcome to Failed Forward, a podcast for professionals who are wondering, how the hell did I get here?
Join your host, Rachel Durkin, and me, Donna Miller, as we discuss the messy, bumpy, and often unattractive journey to success.
After all, if it isn't hard to do, is it really worth doing? Hello, and welcome to Failed Forward, the podcast for those of us wondering, how the hell did I get here? My name is Rachel Durkin. I'm with Paradigm Marketing and Design. We are a web marketing, branding, and sales enablement agency, customizing and working with clients, specializing in working with clients with a complex sale. So if you have a sales team and that wants to have more quality meetings and close more deals, we can set up the marketing to sales infrastructure to make that happen. I am joined by my lovely and talented co-host and a very special guest today. But let's start. Donna, why don't you introduce yourself to the audience?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. And, we're not going to edit out Rachel's little flub because this podcast is about failing.
I mean, that's the worst thing I do today.
Going.
It is a good freaking day. Okay.
Okay. So I'm Donna Miller. I'm Chief Visionary Officer at C3 Workplace and founder of Donna Miller Business Growth Consulting, where for the last 30 years, we've been helping companies to accelerate their growth by providing business advisory and support services around operations, finance, and biz dev. We allow growing teams to focus on that, which really drives their business forward by building efficient, connected, and executable by you or by us systems. So if you're looking to scale, we probably should have a conversation. So that's a little bit about me. So Precious Williams, before we get into, well, Rachel and I have decided you have no failures to discuss. But tell us about you and what you are doing these days.
Okay, I'm Precious Williams. I'm the proud founder and CEO of the Perfect Pitch Group, where we literally train entrepreneurs and sales teams how to be rainmakers, how to package, position, and pitch themselves to be the only choice that matters in their industries. I am writing my 6th book. We just launched Pitch Bold, Profit Gold, where we're working with women who are already successful in their business lives, but their professional life has suffered, and it's time to bring them together and to succeed in both. So it's called Pitch Bold, so you can profit gold in all aspects of your life. We just introduced the Rainmaking Speaker, and really training speakers how to package, position, and pitch themselves truly is the only choice that matters for particular industries and really make a name for themselves. And finally, it's just great being the CEO of a growing company that was rebranded from Perfect Pitches by Precious. And so when people see me today, they can see the growth. They can see that I have a team. They can see that I'm not a one-woman show like I used to be. And there's so much more we offer to the world through our products, our services, licensing, working with clients like Verizon, Google, LinkedIn, Microsoft, and all of them. Still Black on both sides, no Brazilian butt lift, no six-pack abs, and yet I'm still winning.
So Precious, I'm sorry, you had how many best-selling books on Amazon?
Oh,
only
not a shameless plug. Are you asking? 5 number 1 best-selling books. In fact, it was just featured in Forbes last week. 5.
All 5 that you've written so far have been best-selling.
Yes, and 2 were featured in Forbes magazine. They reviewed it, earned media.
Wow.
And so the sixth, my last one is called Rainmaking 101 from day one. And I took what I had been, taking my legal skills, because I'm a former attorney, and combining that with entrepreneurship to show that rainmaking works for entrepreneurs, speakers, those who are service-based enterprises and things like that. So it's been really fun to plot, twist, and flip the script from being the killer pitch master to the ultimate rainmaker.
So Precious, when I met you a couple of years ago, I was just so wowed by your energy. You were like, I am not going to fail. I don't give a shit. This is what we're going to do. We're going to make it rain. You believed it and you talked it, and it happens for those that work with you. But I imagine that, or I happen to know, your life wasn't always rainbows and butterflies, right? I mean, did you have a couple challenges along the way, or was it always?
Sure, I had multiple challenges along the way, and a few of them are, growing up being the unwanted child. People not seeing the gift and the magic in me because of, I was a skinny kid. My mother didn't want me from birth. My dad was a drug addict, and so, we never had a college graduate in our family. We had no one graduate from high school. So The only thing that kept me, I think, alive was just knowing I was going to do something big, bigger than anybody else in our family or even in the community. So going off to Spelman College on a full scholarship, Georgetown University Law Center, Rutgers School of Law, Newark, all on full scholarships. Being kicked out of law school, because y'all know I got kicked out of Georgetown. That was a great challenge. That was
I'll
5
hear
years
that story one
of
day.
5 years of depression, and eventually just becoming an attorney, passing the bar on my first try when no one thought I could. But entrepreneurship presented a different challenge because you're not working with a firm. You are learning as you go. You can write the best business plans in the world, but no one thought a 327-pound woman at the time could actually go toe to toe with those who look nothing like me, who did go to Harvard, Yale, Stanford, and Columbia, and beat them at pitching. So to become a 13-time national elevator pitch champion, be on Shark Tank, be in all this media and publications. Baby, I was too fat, too black, no Ivy League degree. All of those things happen. And yet I did it. And, just reminding myself of Shark Tank and how they looked at me like, what are we watching? Someone who broke the mold. And then you lose the love of your life right after Shark Tank, your business partner, and you can't get along. You start drinking. At least I did. And I was homeless for 2 years on the streets of New York. So to be here today, after everyone said it was impossible for me to come back, and I came back with a vengeance, and it's about bouncing back harder. I'm glad that people didn't believe in me because that had been happening for so long that I had to be my biggest cheerleader. So when you see someone who is successful, please understand that the success they have today is nothing compared to all that they had to fight to get there. And that's why I say I'm black on both sides, no Brazilian butt lift, no six-pack abs, because I don't fit the mold of Hollywood. Yet I've been in movies and documentaries around the world. I'm an international professional speaker. After homelessness, after severe addiction, after losing it all, and then getting it all back and more.
I mean, how do you, that journey, I mean, you had to have some motivation, man. Like what did you hold on to get there? I mean, we've all had, listen, I've had my downs. I've had some shitty years, and it's hard to get out of it and it's hard to keep going, but it wasn't as shitty as that. So,
The last 4 years have been crazy. You thought like small businesses, medium-sized businesses, and large businesses, you can see that things are happening. People are being laid off, all these sort of things. And so for me to restart my company in 2019, the pandemic hit while I'm at International Women's Day in Halifax, Nova Scotia. What kept me going, and y'all can't see her, but let me not move too far. My grandmother's behind me. The second one over here, Precious Dolores Williams, that's my grandmother. She kept me going. She was a praying grandmother. She died in 2000, but she's the one who told me, when you speak, people listen. Did I ever think I'd make a living from speaking and training? No. She used to tell me, you're going to have people working for you. At 15, I'm the unwanted child. What? And what she said came true. I'm grateful to my creator because that second chance at life, trying to take my life for my 38th birthday and turning 45 this year. I had a boudoir photo shoot. I won 5 national awards this year. These aren't awards that you can vote, the public votes on. This isn't a popularity contest. It's literally organizations that have been watching me for years, 5 national ones. And finally, I'm my biggest cheerleader. Nobody has to believe in me. I'm going to believe in myself because it was put in my mind it can be done. But the last 4 years, if you are still around, pat yourself on the back because this has been the pandemic, economic downturn, social unrest, monkeypox, inflation, recession, all sorts of things that people aren't talking about, baby. It's been hitting all of our businesses. So how do you outwit, outplay, and outlast? You keep going, you watching for trends in different industries, and you bring it into yours because you know all of it's going to affect us. So staying on top of trends, staying on top of what's happening, and also just understanding every business is not meant to last hundreds of thousands of years. They're just not. But how can you plot, twist, and flip the script? And that's what I've been able to do exceptionally well.
Awesome. You mentioned so many things in there, and we're both people of faith, and I, having heard your story more than once, I know that the hand of God was on you from that very moment you were born, and I believe that for all of us. And your grandmother was a big influence, which is you did have someone who believed in you. So as you look back at what you've accomplished and what you've gone through, are there, and you've mentioned a few, but for our audience, what are the key lessons that you want them to know that they should take away from failing and failing forward?
Ooh, failing forward, failing and failing forward. Number one, and I know they hear this all the time, failure is not fatal. It really isn't, right? It isn't.
I
My
love
first
that.
business completed in 2016. My second, Perfect Pitches by Precious, was rebranded to Perfect Pitch Group in 2023. So while some people consider it a failure, no, it unlocked the gift of me pitching and being and doing that. So to get one company off the ground was through pitching, and now that was a thing that carries us through. The second is don't be afraid to test. Like at this level, do you know, like launching new things, because I need to be challenged in my business. I can talk about pitching until I'm blue, but people didn't know that I have a gift for business development, understanding the right clients and customers for my clients. They don't. They're thinking, oh, I want this right, or a high network. Really, there are industries and organizations that would gladly pay for you. They don't know your name. So that's why we need to learn how to package, position, and pitch, not just pitch, package and position. So don't be afraid to test new things, because you might find out that there's a different audience looking for you. Number three, get comfortable with learning how to pitch in different situations. When I was training women how to win pitch competitions, in fact, one just won $200,000 at the Good Soil pitch competition with TD Jakes. Last year, my former client, won $500,000 for Venture Atlanta. So I'm still in that space of training and teaching, but what really changed is understanding rainmaking and wanting to get back into the legal profession and coming at it from a training perspective, because I've already been the attorney. But I am a teacher and a trainer now. So here are things that people don't understand. If you want to build a growing practice, if you want to build up your clientele from day one, Rainmaking 101 from day one. Number four, make sure that the people who are around you, like you, queens, make sure that they want you to succeed. So hopefully they're at a higher level, pull you up by your big girl panties, snatch them edges when you are over here wanting to have this pity party, which you can have a pity party. But the right people can be like, okay, so that didn't work. What we doing next? Let me give you some ideas, and listen, because they've been there. And anybody who's ever been in business in the last 5-10 years, I'm listening, because you've been in the trenches with me. And they're going to say your name for opportunities, because they're in rooms you've never been, and they're going to bring you into those rooms. Number five, please go to it. You might want to go to events that have a higher dollar amount, a ticket price. Sorry, you just go in. The only reason that people knew me is because I was first started because I was on MSNBC's Your Business with JJ Ramberg. That came from, I don't know, a $350 ticket. The $25 and $50 events, that's cool. And you can do that on the regular. I choose to spend my time at higher dollar events because there's decision makers in the room, and you have a chance to make a bigger impact, and you're not around people all trying to beg for clients when you can really shine in your zone of genius.
I love that. And Rachel and I both belong to a chamber, which is, one of the more expensive ones in the area.
Yep.
And people will say, but it's so expensive. I'm like, but isn't that the room you want to be in? Like, what is wrong with you? What don't you see? But you also talked about, you said, don't be afraid to test. And I really like that idea too, because you said prior to that, companies don't last forever. Well, unless you're testing and experimenting and constantly pivoting, you're shortening your life cycle.
Come on, it's true. I've done things that, my team was like, I don't know if this is gonna work. We launched something at Essence Fest. I've never been to Essence Fest, and this was our 30th anniversary. So I was with a group of great women, Rich Mamas Club, and I was launching our Pitch Bold Profit Gold membership and community. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what I was walking into. And those women came from Essence Fest to our event at this boutique hotel. And I was crying internally. I didn't even know what I was going to do. I had all these ideas. And I heard my Heavenly Father say, mask off. So I took off my wig and threw it. I said, everybody, let's get this mask off. I said, let's have real conversations about personal before business. Because as great as we are in business, our personal lives are suffering. I went on my first date this year. And I was just admitting these things because, hey, I didn't date. I had my first boudoir photo shoot this year, right before National Association of Women Business Owners, top 3 finalists gala. And I came in number 2 in the country. What are we talking about? That was unreal, because I walked out of homelessness 6 years ago. So testing, and it doesn't have to make sense to everybody else, but A business is not a guarantee. A risk is not a guarantee. If you have a guarantee, it's not a risk. And I'm willing to risk because I've been willing to risk. And it doesn't have to make sense. But my Heavenly Father put it in my mind. I'm going to see it through. And thank goodness we got members before the event even happened. And they're still getting members. Testing.
So Precious, if you could go back and change something, what would you do differently?
Wait, can I reframe the question?
Yes.
If you could go back and change one thing, Precious.
One thing.
If I can go back and change one thing, I wish that I would have understood that everything that happened to me, everything that people said to me that was negative, was preparing me for the greatest life adventure ever in business and life. My skin color, my gender, the fact that I'm disabled, the fact that I came from poverty. Those are gifts because no one ever saw me coming. I didn't sound and look or act like anybody else, which allowed me to shine in such a different way. And so when you talked about my energy, that is the #1 reason that every organization, every company has ever said that they're not looking for the cookie cutter or the same. They look for someone to turn up, kind of entertain, be professional, and give them a different viewpoint. And so going from rock bottom to the top, I wouldn't change that. I wish I understood and leaned more into I am Precious Williams.
Yeah, it's amazing. Precious, you are an inspiration. Tell our audience how they can learn more about you or read some of those best-selling books.
Okay. So again, everyone, my name is Precious Williams. I'm the proud founder and CEO of the Perfect Pitch Group. Our website is www.perfectpitchgroup.com. On LinkedIn, I am Precious L. Williams. On Instagram, we're at Perfect Pitch Group. On Facebook, we're at Perfect Pitch Group, and we also have a group page on LinkedIn. If you want to check out more or get free gifts from me, like the first chapter of my 5th #1 best-selling book, Rainmaking 101 from Day One, you can go to www.perfectpitchgroup.com/free-gifts. You'll also get my PDF that shows you how to make it rain like snow in your business. Again, if you go to my website too, if you want to work one-on-one with me on your pitches, your presentations, presentations, and things like that. You can also schedule time on my calendar if you want to have a consultation with me. That's also on my website. And check out the events that we're going to be at. That's also on my website, perfectpitchgroup.com/events. You want to purchase all 5 of my #1 best-selling books, perfectpitchgroup.com/books. And at the end of the day, I want you all to check out the press that we've had and our client successes and look at some of our videos and just say that my heart I've been given a second chance at life. So I'm not going to waste it by giving you BS. I want you to win too and know that if you are a woman of a certain age, a man of a certain age, bring it to the table. Society's not ready, and I'll never see you come in. That's why you can still win. So come and check out our website, www.perfectpitchgroup.com. Check Jessica on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and connect with me.
Precious, you are an extraordinary human being. I have watched you over the last several years rise, and I can only look forward to what your future, how bright your future is going to be. So thank you so much for being here with us today. So to all of you, our audience, thank you for joining us. And we want to encourage you to embrace failing forward. There are pearls of wonderfulness in there. So until next time, thanks so much, everyone.